Hey there, this is my vinyl biography response as part of Noble Records celebration of 750 subscribers. My name's Steve, and just want to tell you, Dylan, really enjoy those videos that you're putting out. You definitely got the gift of gab and love learning about all those records that you discover. So my first memory with vinyl was when I was a little kid, and I grew up. I was a kid in the 1970s, and when we were kids, we inherited stacks of 45s, and there was some great kind of kids novelty records, and so some of my favorites would have been Alan Sherman's Hello Mutta, Hello Fada, and Bobby Pickett's Monster Mash. We would have had just a ball just slapping those on our cheap record player and playing them over and over again. They were tons of fun. Now, after that, I can remember a lot of, disco, a lot of ABBA, a lot of Bee Gees, a lot of Chic playing at my house. But really, I think the first record that I fell in love with had to be something much different, and that was Pink Floyd's The Wall. So that would have been about 1979. I'd have been about 10 years old, gone over to the record store across the street, Dr. Music, and would have checked out this, and it would have blown my mind. And I can just remember listening to this over and over again, pulling out the lyrics, trying to decipher what was this all about. There is obviously a story underneath, and we would have just gone crazy for this record. It had everything that was great about vinyl. Okay, so now my next question is, what record has the greatest significance to me? And I might cop out a little bit on this one because I'm not gonna there's not just one record for me. For me, records are a lot about discovery, and I love hunting for records. And so recently I was at an estate sale. I'd kind of scoped it out ahead of time. I saw this guy had a bunch of guitars, a bunch of dulcimers. He had a record player for sale. It's all in the pictures on the internet. I didn't see any records in the pictures, but I knew they had to be there. And so got up early and got over there and hunted through and eventually found a box of records, and they were all these independent folk records from the 1980s and the 1990s. And to me, that's like a gold mine. I didn't know what any of them were, never heard of them before, but the fun for me is listening to a record the first time, something I've never heard before. And as I was walking around with these records in my hand, one of his neighbors who was at the estate sale stopped me and said, "Oh, that record that you've got there, I know that he was learning to play that first song on side A, Moonshine in the Pines." And the record I had, this was Dylan Buston's Almanac. And, so to me, this record right now is very significant because it was a discovery for me. I didn't know what it was. I knew, though, by looking at the cover, by talking to his neighbor, that it was a great record, and I had to have it. And I was so happy. I rushed home to put it on the turntable, and I was not disappointed at all. Okay. So what album did I spend the most money on? Well, I don't spend a lot of money on records. I sometimes I'll buy them new though. And last Christmas, I got a great deal on this box set, Jimi Hendrix Winterland. I think I got this box set for about $47, and definitely didn't disappoint me at all. Wonderful live tracks from the famous Winterland bar, and boy, I could recommend this one really highly. And so, what's my ultimate grail record? Again, a lot of it for me is in the hunt. And I like finding some that are new, but there are some records out there that, you know, I'm looking for. I wish I could find. And for me, I dream of finding Tom Petty's Wildflowers. I think, boy, if I could be flipping through a crate and come across and see that, I would be ecstatic. So there you go. There's my vinyl biography. Again, thanks, Dylan, for all your great videos. Love watching you tell your stories about finding records. Keep up the great work. Hope to see more soon. Thanks.